I also talk to docs all the time who complain about certain things in their practice where if they're successful, they're often because they're so busy that they have to be there all the time. They may not have a life and everything is tied to them. They're on the hamster wheel. Or maybe they've been in practice for 15 or 20 years and they're starting to physically feel the demands of manual adjustments
Yep.
treating for that long.
Yep.
Or maybe they have a cash flow problem because their clinic isn't predictable, or the 10% of the market that's in where they live is not as robust as the 10% of the market that other clinics might happen to geographically exist in. Whereas having a device solves every one of those problems.
It doesn't replace adjusting. I know what you're saying by that.
Well,
There's,
I'm not saying it replaces it.
yeah,
I'm saying it solves those problems, because if you bring in part of the 90% that, or whatever percentage you want to use, the percentage of the population that doesn't seek out care, you can attract those people by advertising for device condition specific ailments, introduce those people as almost like a funnel into your clinic. And we know a large percentage of those people would have never sought out chiropractic care. They get great care. There's a high ticket. They get their initial phase of care
yeah.
is very highly profitable. And then they stay on to be regular patients too.
You're right in that regard. So, for example, would you be willing to? A lot of docs do a lot of soft tissues and acupuncture, that kind of stuff. So, if you're already in that realm, treating shoulders and knees and ankles and all that kind of stuff, why not use something that's proven that you can advertise for patients to come in, and then eventually, and people will call that some negative people call that bait and switch. You're not bait and switching. You're taking care of them, and then when they build trust, because that's all it takes for patients to come in for a little bit and see your front desk staff, to meet you. And once that builds trust, they're going to view you as their person. And yes, you could introduce them, take care of them, but then introduce them to the other things you do, chiropractic, whatever else you do, orthotics. So you're absolutely right. For me, the biggest thing was, we've asked this question, is why wouldn't you get a Shockwave?